stop answering questions. Because you need to know life first, and then we can discuss. I can't discuss with somebody who's living there in a bubble. You have to get out of the bubble, and then we can discuss. I have nothing against discussing. I need to discuss with somebody who knows that. So this is an introduction, and this is a very long topic that requires 10 lectures and 10 speakers, and we have to continue to think about which how to reform our way of thinking if we want to raise our kids well. Okay. There are two types of people. There are people with internal locus of control, and there are people who have external locus of control. A friend told me there are the third group of people who have an extraterrestrial locus of control. So when the water pipe breaks in the town, they immediately say it's a conspiracy theory from so and so, or it's the jinn did it, bro. Really, some people have this extraterrestrial locus of control. They have no control of their lives. One of the good things about this country is people tend to have some internal locus of control because of the freedom, because of the democracy. So when we want to change something, we change it. When we have an event like this, we do it, and we are in control of it. You cannot do that in any other country. Go to Egypt and do an event like this. Oh my God. The Mabahis will be after you, the FBI will be everything, and Khawrat will be after you, right? We enjoy this freedom here. And unless there's some FBI here, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not saying, welcome FBI if you're here. I'm not saying anything. So that's what we enjoy here. We are in control of our lives. If you want to be president of the United States one day, yes, you can be. I mean, just work hard. If you want to be a doctor, yes. If you want to be a businessman, yes. If you want to be an engineer, yes. Just work hard, and the sky is the limit. And our kids know that, and we have to tell our kids that. We grow up in a culture that doesn't allow that. That if you are a son of a poor person, that's it. You stop. Here you can advance. Can I just say that we have guests from Columbus here, and I couldn't believe that. Wow. Thank you. Thanks guys for coming today. Okay. They drove like 70, 80 miles to come here, mashallah. So the internal, the locus of control helps us. And really, a healthy parent or a healthy father and a healthy mother instill in their kids this kind of capacity to control their lives on their own. There is something called the reality, and that's not important. There's no reality. The only reality is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The reality is all relative. What we have as human beings is what's called internal representation of reality. So that means the way I see you is how you are stored in my head, not the reality. So that they say what the beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, right? So there's nothing called beauty and ugliness. That's a relative thing. That's really a relative thing. So what's that internal representation of the object? And that's the Freudians talk a lot about the word object. They mean the mother. Okay, they emphasize a lot about the mother. And that's what I said earlier. The mother is so valuable because the mother feeds to the child with the milk, the food, the water. They feed emotions and they feed thoughts, which are very important. Very important. What's instilled in the child's head from very early is very important. And when we talk about the mother and the father, it's better to say the mother figure and the father figure. Because there is a representation of a father figure. It doesn't have to be the actual father. And it doesn't have to be the actual mother. And actually, by the way, some mothers have a fatherly role as good as the father. And some fathers can have a motherly role as good. So we all have a component of both. And we do the job. And I always said that the mother is so important that insecure mother results in insecure child. And secure mother leads to a secure child. And the relationship is not verbal, it's non-verbal. It's an emotional connection. Right? And if your child does something wrong and you immediately panic and you immediately overreact, and you immediately create a sense of disaster. That's you're instilling the seed of insecurity, that the world is insecure. And we really need to instill in our ladies a sense of security themselves, because if the mother herself is insecure because of the father or because of anything else, insecurity will go to your child. So if you want your child to grow up normally, make sure that your wife is happy, your wife is secure, because if she's not, she's gonna get you in trouble. That's a fact. Another fact, the internal representation of the father figure. And the father figure can be a father, can be an uncle, can be a grandfather, okay, is actually the initial representation, is actually the primitive representation of the concept of God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I was reading about analysis of terrorists. Most terrorists have problems with their fathers, by the way. The origin of terrorism, the psychoanalytic concepts of terrorism, you can see that why people become terrorists, why people become extremists, like that. There's something there where the concept of God is the aggressive, violent God, that we have to kill people, like that. And normal people don't have that. So that when the internal representation of the father is distorted, immediately the concept of God will be distorted. Whether it will be absent, or it will be distorted sense of the concept of who Allah is in my life. And it's very important for our kids to have a stable representation of the maternal figure and a stable representation of the father figure, because that's helpful in the development of faith. When the concept of father is shaky, okay, the child grows up with that unsteadiness in their attitudes all their lives. And you can see that. And you can see, I saw a 6-year-old woman, very depressed, all her life has been very disturbed. And she cries and says, my father did not attend my high school graduation party. Do you imagine that? He was in town and he did not come. At age 60, you still remember what your father did to you. Or somebody who tells you that my father was always telling me, "Enta umrak ma hatiflah." You will never succeed. It stays with the person. Please don't tell your kids that. If you expect something, it's going to happen. It's the self-fulfilling prophecy. And that experiment, I talked about it before, forgive me if I repeat it again. Try to Google Rosenthal and Jacobson experiment in education. And this is an experiment that was done many years ago. And these are two researchers, social psychologists. They went to a school and they told them, okay, we're doing an experiment here, we're testing all the students. We're having IQ tests, we're having achievement tests, education tests, to rate them from the top rated to the bottom. And we're also rating the teachers. And they created a class of the top rated students with the top rated teachers. And they monitored the class throughout the year. Towards the end of the year, of course, what happened? This class rated the best. We have genius students and genius teachers. That class was the best. Except at the end of the school year, we went there and told them, actually we lied to you. The students were actually random average students. So the teacher said, yes, but we are genius teachers. We were able to create these kind of genius kids because we are genius. They told no. You as well were a random group of teachers. So a random group of teachers who thought they are the best, and a random group of students who thought they are the best actually became the best. That's the power of expectations. You go there expecting something to happen. And how does that happen? Actually, neurobiologically, the way it works, when you're expecting something, your attention changes. So if you came here thinking of Asam Khawaja as so-and-so, if you thought of me as a good speaker or a good